bit stressful, really. This week, I bit into a corn cake. You might not know, you might not. Yeah, I don't know whether I've said about it, but I've had a bit of a problem in my lower jaw for about 2 years, since before all of the stuff happened. But I haven't really been able to get to the dentist, and some of it was worrying, but I was like, oh, and I thought I just had it in hand. I thought it was all sorted, and it's fine. Yeah, I've got it, it's fine. But then this week, I was like, yeah, I'm fine, it's all good. I bit into a corn cake as a lovely snack. I thought I have a lovely snack, hello Philip, a lovely circular corn cake. Yum yum, I thought. I bit into it, and my tooth went winky wobbly woo. That's the best way I can say it. Hello, duck for a zombie. It basically started wobbling, and I thought, oh. And then I realised why for the last 2 years it's been going a bit weird. It's because I've got a little hairline crack in it, which, when I bit into the corn cake, started it wobbling. So the filling in it, it's quite an old filling. I had it when, I don't even know when I've had this filling, because the tooth, it's an adult tooth, but it's always had a filling, as far as I can remember. When I was a very small child, I think I must have had terrible problems with my teeth. I remember being in the dentist a lot, panicking in the dentist, running away from the dentist's chair because I was so panicky, being under the... Just basically, I'm not sure what was wrong with my teeth, but there must have been something. And so I haven't been to the dentist for a long time because of all this trauma from... yes, it is a real dental term, it is exactly. So I don't know how long. I've got 2 fillings. One I can't really see, that's on the top, that when the dentist filled it, I was like, oh, it's a shame I've gone so far with only 1 filling. Oh, they said it's a baby tooth, it'll soon fall out. Now, the last time I went to a dentist was a while ago. Once since I was 17 have I been to the dentist, and I said, oh, the dentist said that was a baby tooth. No, that dentist said that is not true. And also, I'd gone there with wisdom teeth problems, and they said there was fine, they were fine. But I mentioned flossing. They said, no, you've got a different sort of teeth, the wrong sort of teeth for flossing, which I was like, I'm not sure what, I do floss, but it's like, well, I've got very close together teeth. So, and I thought, what? Maybe I haven't really got real teeth. Maybe there's some sort of implants or something that... But then I thought, no, that makes no sense. But really, the filling has been there for since the tooth began. So the fact it's gone all wonky now, and the filling is clearly coming away, and I was like, oh, maybe that was why the filling was there, that part of the tooth is coming off. But the trouble was, I'm not registered with the dentist. The one I went to the once since I was 17 has not acknowledged me. When I've tried to phone them up and contact them, they've basically blanked me. They've ghosted me. So I was phoning around, trying to find, emailing every single NHS dentist, National Health Service dentist, because I thought that'll be cheaper and I don't want to have to pay lots of money. I was a bit worried about that. But nobody, even all the people on the National Health that said they were taking National Health patients, would not accept it. So in the end I succumbed and I said, oh well, there's a sort of semi-private scheme that's not more expensive than the National Health, which isn't a free service. It's not free dental National Health Service, but it's less than it would be if it was private. So I've gone to something that's halfway in between. And they took the money in advance. I can't get a booking until another week and a bit, by which time my tooth is probably going to have just popped out of my... So I'm eating very soft food on this side of my face at the moment so that nothing terrible happens. But every now and then I can feel something like, if something goes on this side of my face and my teeth connect, I was like, oh, it's not painful, it's just, I know that it's, because I saw it wobbling, I felt it wobbling, and I know that I've had problems, and now I'm a bit worried because they're not going to actually do anything about it next week, they're just going to see me, and I had to pay for that. So I'm not sure what's going to happen. So let's look on the bright side and pretend it's all going to be okay. Basically, I'm talking about basically. Don't say that. I don't know what's happening. It's really bad. My tooth really hurts and I'm so sad. But I can't get anyone to see me for a week or 2. And even then, I think I might cry. I hope I don't die. On the plus side, the rest of the stuff that's wrong seems to have got a little bit better. I hope it's not too serious as well, because now I'm looking at my teeth and I'm going, that's not the only one that needs help. So I'm going to be very, very worried, and I'm going to have to pay a lot of money, and I'm going to have to have everything sorted out, because I haven't been to the dentist more than one time since I was 17, and I'm an awful lot older than 17 now. Very much older than 17. When I was 17, I went to the dentist. You could very easily die from a toothache. Lots of Egyptians died from toothaches. Most of the mummies that have died from toothaches. There's awful lots of things that can go wrong with your teeth, and that's not as easy as you think. But I haven't done anything to my teeth except brush them. I hope they don't stink. They probably do, because now they're falling apart. Yes, I am very convinced that it's going to come out, but I'm very hoping it's not. But there's a crack all the way down it, because I've got the sort of teeth that have got little lines right down them. And it's like, well, I'm thinking, right, in the fossil records, and imagine a cliff that's been there for thousands of millions of years, and there's a fossil inside. Now, if all goes well and no water runs up against the cliff and nobody comes fossil hunting with a big hammer, then that fossil could stay there for millions of years with a little fissure crack. The crack does not open up unless you... Oh, that was a funny noise. It does not open up unless you do something to let it open up. So I've got to make sure I don't eat any corn cakes. So I'm just going to have a lot of soup this week. Thank you very much. Happy Sunday to you, Richard Thread. So I am going to have to... I'm worried. I had considered just staying in bed for the next week and sleeping on this side of the face and just... The thing is, I'm just wondering whether it's more than 2 years since this has been a problem, because I can't sleep on this. I haven't been able to sleep on this side of my face for a great deal of time. And it didn't occur to me that that might be a reason for that. I just like, oh, well, that's just, I get very bad pains in my head if I sleep on this. That's just normal, I thought. That's just what happens. And now I'm thinking maybe this has been like this for a long time, and I've only just noticed it. I do eat a lot of crunchy food. I didn't realise. I don't know what that means, Dark Forest Zombie, but I didn't realise how much crunchy food I ate until I realised I cannot eat crunchy food this week at all. And everything I eat is crunchy. Apples, crunchy. Nuts and peanuts, no, crunchy. And those little chocolate-covered coffee beans. I've got some of those. Too crunchy. And raisins, stick in your teeth, everything. Oh, bye-bye. Bye-bye. See you soon. Yes, raisins stick in my teeth, and I'm like, oh, I can't eat anything at all, because it all sticks in your teeth, and it's going to be a disaster. And I definitely need dental floss, and I definitely don't have the sort of teeth that don't need dental floss, and I don't know what that dentist was on. They obviously wanted to be working on commission and trying to get my business when my teeth all fell apart. Hello, Jerry. But my teeth did not fall apart until after they left me. My teeth didn't leave me, and I didn't leave the dentist, actually. The dentist didn't leave me. I left that area and I didn't see the dentist again. And they won't respond to my calls. Well, I can't, Bohemian. That is the problem. I've had gum irritation for 2 years, and I wondered what it was, and it got really bad in the last couple of weeks, and I was in pain, and everything went wrong, and now that it's cracked, it's all gone away, and I realised what was wrong. It was the gum caused by the tooth, not the tooth caused by the gum, or maybe it was the other way around, but I don't know what's happening now. But it's a bit of a disaster. So I'm going to have to see the dentist. Ooh, that's a minor chord. It's not actually. Yes, it is. The dentist, and I am scared. Just very scared. Now, because I'm like, oh no, what's going to happen? Because I'm like, oh, it's only a little bit more for this private service. It's not a big expense. It's like a discount because they're a chain. but it's still more than it would be on the National Health, and so I can't get there. So I do use mouthwash. I do. I've been using special gum mouthwash, which stings like stinginess. Very stingy. And I've got, so I'm going to have to be very careful with, because I'm brushing my teeth like that. And then I'm like, to make sure that my tooth stays where it is. Because and the receptionist said, oh, well, if it was really broken, you'd be in a great deal of pain. And I was thinking, I have been in pain for the last 2 years. It's not now. I'm a bit worried that maybe there's nothing left to have any pain. It's just a stump where a tooth should be. Yes, exactly. But I think they might be linked sometimes, Boheme. And I think that they were linked in this. And I didn't realise they were linked. Because the thing is, I'd eat something and I'd go, why does my gum hurt now? Why does my tooth hurt? Is it my gum? Is it my tooth? And I think what was happening is things were going in and getting stuck there. Raisins and all sorts of stuff. Blah, 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 blah. Horrible, isn't it? Horrible, horrible discussion. I don't know why I'm talking about this. It's horrible, but it has been my whole week this week, because all I've been doing is trying to get a dentist to see me, and I can't get them to see me. I have got one to see me, but I had to pay for it, and it's not for ages. So I'm hoping that I'll be okay before then. By then, I'm gonna have to be careful. Like then, I touched my tooth with my other tooth. My top tooth hit my bottom tooth, and I went, aye. Not a great deal of pain, just not as much not pain as I would have liked. Really. So, yes. So let's go on to something else. Because there's all sorts of amazing stuff happening in the world. Nothing bad is happening in the world. No, it's all good. See, I'm focused on my very much personal problems, and other things are happening, but we'll just ignore that. Gloss over it. Pretend it's not happening. This is an enclave of just talking about my stupid tooth, rather than other things that are of more major importance, but we'd rather not talk about those. Really, completely skip over that. Hooray, no, nothing, no. What have I done this week apart from that? I've seen programs and stuff. Yeah, has anyone seen any exciting films we could talk about? I saw West Side Story this week. The good thing is Wi-Fi, yeah, good thing is Wi-Fi. West Side Story, Rita Moreno, and so I've been seeing a lot of stuff about Rita Moreno, Rita Moreno, it's not Marino. And so I saw her accepting an Oscar, and Rock Hudson called her Marino, but she's not Marino, she's Moreno. Anyway, did you go to a pawnbrokers for the first time? Oh, they've got lots of stuff, but I always feel bad when I go to the pawnbrokers, because you're like, oh, look at that thing, that doesn't cost very much, but then you think, some poor person has left that there and probably wanted to come back for it, but never could. And you bought something that is their precious thing, and they'll never see it again. So I do feel bad about pawnbrokers, really. But what were we saying? Rita Moreno. She's 90 years old. Can you believe it? I can't believe it. She's so youthful and great. She's one of the few people left alive. This where everyone's gone, but she's still here. Let's hope that she still stays here. So she's got a song in it that is not, she's got a different song in the remake, which she's in, than she had in the original, which she was in. A different song. But that's good. But, and I suddenly thought, because I saw this week, but before that I was thinking of Rita Moreno, because I suddenly remembered a film that I'd half seen when I was a child called The Ritz. And we'd recorded it off the television, and me and my brother, I was maybe 10 or something when we watched it, me and my brother were allowed to watch it, the first bit, my mother had recorded it, and we started watching it, and then my mum went, no! I didn't realise what this was about, and she turned it off, so I never saw the end of it, and we were laughing our heads off. I know my Uncle David said, that my mum was such a prude for not letting us see it, but, so it's set in a bathhouse in the 70s, I'm going to say 70s. I think it was there was a part written specifically for Rita Moreno called Googie Gomez. Googie Gomez, who is a very stereotypical Latina nightclub singer, and who's mistaken for a drag queen by the person that's hiding from the mob there, and it gets very complicated. It was very funny. I remember seeing it when I was younger, thinking it was very funny, but I would like to see the end of it. Treat Williams is in it as a detective with a very high voice, a very straight detective with a very high voice, causing hilarity for all. Certainly hilarity for me when I was 10 or 11, but probably not as much now. But it was very funny, and I would like to see it, so I'm going to have to seek that out. And also, F. Murray Abraham is in it. So that's quite interesting. And other people that I'm not sure who else is in it, but other people as well. So we only got, I don't really know what happened after I stopped watching it, obviously because I didn't finish seeing it. My mum recorded over the tape and didn't let us see it, even though we'd seen other things like the Rocky Horror Picture Show by that point, and arguably more shocking, but we'd already seen that, and so the genie was let out of the bottle. Whereas with this one, my parents were very much no. So yeah, I would like to see it. If anybody knows where to get hold of a legitimate copy of the Ritz, I would appreciate that. It must be, it's not on Netflix or Amazon, I don't think. I'm not even sure if it's on YouTube videos. It must be somewhere. So any leads on that would be great. Nobody's responding to me. Have you seen it? Has anybody seen it? Am I the only person that's seen it? Have I imagined this? I know I haven't imagined it because I looked up the trailer, and the trailer is on YouTube. The trailer is on YouTube. Anyway, Rita Moreno's very funny in it. Very funny in it. But I don't know what happens. Rocky Horror looks like Gloria Vanderbilt. Okay, yeah. Hello. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. You've never heard of it. Well, it's very funny. It is funny. I think it's funny. I don't know it's funny because, as I said, I never finished seeing it. Never seen the Ritz. All right. Well, look for it. It's one of those things like Phantom of the Paradise. I remember seeing that, and that made a big impression. Phantom of the Paradise is a sort of rock opera version of Phantom of the Opera, obviously, but it's better than Phantom of the Opera by a long way. Paul Williams, is that who I'm thinking of? Paul Williams does the songs, and is also in it as a sort of Faust character. So it's not really Phantom of the Opera. It's sort of Faust mixed up with Phantom of the Opera. So it's odd because it's not one thing. It's not another. It's a lot of different things. And there's a person in it that I can't remember, but it's Jessica. Jessica somebody is the lead woman. Oh, what's her name? I'm not sure what her name. She's got dark hair, and she was in the sequel to the Rocky Horror Picture Show, which is called Shock Treatment. And that's the only other two things. I've probably seen her in other things since then. What's her name? Oh, I can't remember her name. Anyway, she's in it. So Phantom of the Paradise is a very good film that I thought was amazing, and I still sing the songs to myself. I get the lyrics wrong. It turns out I looked them up and I was like, oh, that's not the lyrics. That's what I thought it was. But it's very funny and very affecting. I like that. Another musical that I like a lot is The Wicker Man, which is a musical. You don't believe me, do you? But I've talked about this before. That's in my top 10 musicals. The Wicker Man, especially the director's cut that they buried under a car park but reconstituted. It's got many songs in it that are not in the original. The Wicker Man. Yeah. What did I see this week that was a parody of The Wicker Man? Something. Oh yeah, Wellington Paranormal this week, I think, is a parody of The Wicker Man. But there's so many parodies of The Wicker Man. I've made one that's a little bit of a parody of The Wicker Man, obviously. Region 1 import, maybe. DVD release in 2008. Well, yes, Richard Lester directed it, exactly. So that is worth seeing. There's lots of things. I like musicals. I don't think that the Ritz doesn't count as a musical, although it does have music in it. It's got Googie Gomez, who is Rita Moreno, singing I Have a Dream from Gypsy. I have a dream about you. Can't sing anymore because I'll probably have to pay royalties for it. It's gonna come true. But Only one person still watching. Hello, one person, whoever you may be. I've driven you away by talking about musicals, which is not surprising. I do like musicals, good musicals, and it's making my tooth not hurt. Hooray, 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 hooray. I think it's lying. Maybe. You can't find it. Think it's lying that there's only one person? Well, maybe. Oh, there is more. Your voice is better, so sing away. My voice is better than... Oh, yes, because I had lost it a little bit. That didn't last as long as I thought it was going to. My flatmate said today that he thinks I'm immune to the thing that everyone else has had. And I think that's just like a couple of weeks ago, I said that to my dad that I thought I was. And he said, oh, don't say that. You've put a curse on yourself. And I was like, I don't believe in that. But now somebody else has said it. I'm thinking, oh, no, don't say that. Don't believe those numbers. I won't. It just says one. One person's watching. And yet more than one person is speaking to me. Other voices are voices. The Wicker Man was odd. No, the songs are completely relevant to the story. The songs are all of it. The songs are very important, Andy. The songs are what makes it amazing. You might think there's other things that make it amazing, but on that tree there was the wind, and on that tree da 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 da. It's creepy. There's very creepy songs. There's a song with a snail on, and there's a song that song is and they're all dancing around the maypole, and you're like, this is creepy song. Creepy songs. Yes, and the one where she's not Bo Derek, the other one, Britt Eklund, who's not singing the song, and who is a body double of Britt Eklund, and she's not singing the song, which makes you wonder. And it's a body double of Britt Eklund, she's not singing the song, and her accent is dubbed. You wonder why Britt Eklund is even in that film. There seems to be very little point. Really? Get somebody that can either sing or do the nudity or do the accent or something. At least one of those things would have been good. But Britt Eklund doesn't do any of them, and yet she's in the film. Who knows why? One of those things. But she's banging the walls rhythmically for one of the songs. So it's a very important song, and it says a lot about the character and the state of mind. And Edward Woodward is like, no, don't tempt me, foul heathen woman. He's not saying that literally, but you can see in his face, he's like, no, because I am pure of heart and pure of body, and you are making me uncomfortable. Britt Eklund banging on my walls and demanding things that I can't give you. So it's a very good film. I would watch the film. Very creepy, but very musical. Folk music, I've said this before, is so creepy. Like, I've talked about the song Willie of Win... Oh, I was going to say Willie of Wimpy, and that's not. There's one about a story about a longer version of story. Yes, the longer version was released on DVD, not the longest version there was, but they found a lot of the footage and put it back in again. So I've got the director's cut, which is why I'm saying Star Power namesake. Yes, Star Power. That's probably the Britt Eklund version of how she got to be. She just was. What was I saying? I can't remember what I was saying. Something, because I got waylaid. Oh yeah, Willie of Wimsbury. That's not its name. That's a very creepy song. It's like, oh Willie, I have slept with you while my daddy was away. That's not the song. I'm gonna have to do a cover of that song. I'm gonna have to find it and do this song, because it is a creepy song. It's la 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 la, creepy. Story about, like, yes, being buried under a car park. That's exactly what had happened, because it's so shocking and terrible, and yet they found it and reconstituted it. Is it Willie of Wimsbury? I don't know. Anyway, that particular song, folk songs are so strange. And folk songs are usually got some sort of fertility symbol-y sort of symbolism and weirdness about them that you don't necessarily notice when you're just like, oh, what an interesting song. Greensleeves apparently is a foul and dirty song, I've heard. I'm not sure. Green sleeves. Now farewell, Jew. La 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 la. It's one of the oldest songs, but not the oldest song. One of the oldest songs. I was looking this up this week. One of the oldest songs, the Norse songs, is from at least, well, it's dated to 1300, written in runic form, but it's probably an awful lot older than that, which is called I Dreamed a Dream Last Night. Not I Dreamed a Dream. It's like, it's I dreamt a drum or something. It's about this person that dreams a dream, and then they wake up and they dream that everyone is happy and they see all the people, and then they wake up and then something happens. I can't remember what happens in it actually, but it's quite a creepy song as well. It's just old songs. Strange. Yes, classic by Pentangle, that's it. Yes, you know what I'm talking about then. But Pentangle, yeah. So I will find it. Apparently though, that Willie of Wimsbury is probably not what it's called. It's got slightly different titles but in different versions, and apparently the song, the music that goes with the lyrics, and the lyrics vary, is not the original music. The music is from a different song and the lyrics, but somebody found the lyrics and found the music and put them together, so the original is not the same one anyway. But I will find it and do it justice. I will learn it on the guitar. That's what I will do in the coming year. It's already halfway through the year. Willie O Wimsbury. Willie O Winsbury. Winsbury, or is it Wimsbury? Anyway, Willie O Winsbury. Oh, Janet. That's what I remember. Oh, Janet. Oh, hast thou lain with a man? Janet. That's not really the words. It's like, and then it finishes the end. Right, so Janet slept with Willie O Wimsbury while her dad is away, and has got pregnant with child. And the story goes, and the father's like, why are you so fat, Janet? What's happened? Have you been laying with a man? And she's like, oh, no, not at all. And he's like, I don't believe you. And she takes off her green dress, and she's like, well, you did. Really? If you didn't sleep with a man, then something's going on. And then she's like, oh, but Willie O Wimsbury, well, you're away in Spain. Don't know what he's doing in Spain. I didn't have anybody to talk to, and so Willie O Wimsbury, I didn't know what was doing, and Willie O Wimsbury, and it's like, I will kill this Willie O Wimsbury, bring him in. So Willie O Wimsbury comes in, and the king goes, oh, cool, I do him too, love. Yeah, I see what you mean. Okay, go on, marry him. Good idea. Right, you're going to look after him, Willie. Are you going to look after my daughter, Janet, Willie? And he's like, yes, I don't want all your money, because I'm a rich and important person. I'm going to put her on my horse and ride off. And thank you, King, for sparing my life. But I've got it from here, basically. So the king fancied him as well and let him off from being killed because he was so beautiful. Such a beautiful person. So handsome, and probably one of the elfin folk. Probably that's what he was. He was one of the elves that came and whisked away. One of the fair folk. That's probably what Willie O Wimsbury was. Yeah, that's probably what it was. Anyway, I'm going to go now that I've exhausted my voice, and my tooth is probably going to start hurting quite soon. As long as I'm careful, I have every faith it will be fine, but I would be so careful. No crunchy food for me. No crunchy food for the foreseeable future. I had considered getting one of those repair kits, but I would mess it up. You put, it's basically like putting super glue on your tooth, and I was like, nah, probably not a good idea. I'll probably get not lockjaw, but sort of glue my jaw together, or so I'll be like, no, can't do anything. So I'm lucky it's only that tooth. I'm hoping it's only that tooth. I do hope it's not too bad a week too, Philip. Let's see how it plays out. And because I still won't have seen a dentist this time next week, so who even knows? Fuji 9. Yep. Okay. Is that the thing that you stick your teeth together with? Don't know. Mr. Bean at the dentist. Are you saying I look like Mr. Bean? Because a lot of people say that, and I'm not impressed by that. I suppose it's better than Michael Jackson, or is it? Is it better to look like Michael Jackson or Mr. Bean? I don't know. I don't know which one me looking like is. It just is. It is what it is. I've got the face I've got, and I'm just going to have to accept that. All right. Well, I will see you next week with the same tooth problem. Hopefully no worse. Have a good week. Bye.